correlation coefficient. It has a direct relationship with that and r squared. So what you're going to look at is this r squared value. Notice this is 64.1%. So you have to change that percent to a decimal. So changing it to a decimal, we get the following then. So 64.1%, to change it to a decimal, you remove the percent sign. So you move the percent sign and move the decimal over 2 places to the left, so it becomes 0.641. Okay, this is what r squared is equal to, but what we want is the correlation coefficient. So the correlation coefficient is the value of r. So what you need to do is take the square root. So r is going to equal the square root of 0.641. So then you go to your calculator. I'm going to enter in 0.641 and take the square root. So I get 0.80062, okay? But then what you've got to do, they give you a little hint on this problem, and they say, just in parentheses, it says, be careful to correctly identify the sign of the correlation coefficient. So the correlation coefficient, to identify that sign, I'm just going to open up this mini tab display again, and what you're looking at is the slope, to see if the slope is positive or negative. So here's the equation right here. Here is your y-intercept, here is your slope. So if the slope is positive, r will be positive. If the slope is negative, then r will be negative. So on mine, the slope is negative, so therefore this r value is going to be negative, and that's what you're going to enter in. Okay, does that answer your question? Yep, you're welcome. Okay, any other questions? Yes?
Can you quickly go over question 1?
Question 1, yeah, I sure can. Okay, so this one says, assume that you have paired values consisting of heights in inches and weights in pounds from 40 randomly selected men. The linear correlation coefficient R is 0.491. Find the value of the coefficient of determination. And then it asks, what practical information does the coefficient of determination provide? Okay, so to go from the correlation coefficient to the coefficient of determination, you take that value, the R value, and you square it. That's all you're doing. So you would take the 0.491. So I'm going to take 0.491, square that value, and I get 0.241081. I'll write that up here. 0.81. And then you're going to answer the question accordingly. So the coefficient of determination is this 0.241. So you look on here, you have a couple of options. The coefficient of determination is the 0.241 because we squared the R.